Hello and greetings from the campus of Colgate University. I've been traveling a great deal due to university business, so I regret that I can't be with you all, celebrating Christian Brothers Academy and the other inductees who are surely much worthier recipients of this honor than I am. I arrived at CBA in the late 1970s. Already by then, in addition to being an established, excellent academic high school, CBA was known as an athletic superpower. From cross-country to basketball to hockey, CBA was known throughout the East Coast as the place where smart boys played hard and won. Of course, in 1977, CBA did not have a swim team. I'd been swimming for years, though, first swimming on teams at the beach clubs of Seabright, and by the time I was in high school, swimming had become a complete passion of mine. I swam with private AAU teams and the Red Bank Y at that time, traveling either to the Y every day or in my senior year at CBA to Asbury Park every night for a 2-hour practice. I was swimming well that year, but I could not represent my high school at the state championships, or so I thought. Somehow, though, I convinced Brother Andrew and the other powers to be to let me form the CBA swim team and enter the state championships. I have no idea how I managed to pull this off, but somehow I was the CBA swim team, a team of one heading to Princeton University for the 1981 state championships. It was a 3-day meet. On the first day, I swam in the morning trial heats, but I didn't make it back to swim at night as one of the finalists. On day 2, I managed to have some good swims in the morning and made it back to what was then called the Consolations Heats. These were the heats reserved for those who posted times that put you in either 8th through 16th place. But I knew I was swimming fast, and I mentioned this to a few CBA friends that night. I didn't think anything of it. The final day of the meet was my best day, and I made it back by placing in the top 8, the finals, in the state in 2 events, the 100-yard butterfly and the 100-yard breaststroke. Looking back, I have no idea where I stayed between the morning sessions and the evening finals. Did I drive back in my little Volkswagen Rabbit to Monmouth County from Princeton, New Jersey between each session? I can't remember. But what I do remember was what my fellow CBA students did that night, the night of the 1981 Swimming State Championships. That night, I warmed up in my usual way, and then I went to the waiting area. Again, I was a team of one, sitting by myself, waiting for my events to be called. I walked out to the pool deck for the finals of my first event. Imagine my surprise when I looked up in the stands and saw that about a dozen CBA seniors, my friends, had somehow managed to get the best seats in the house. When the announcer called out my name, they unraveled a big sheet that said, "Let's go Colt." I even think they drew a horse on it. That night, I finished in the top 3 in both events. No doubt it was my friends being there that made me swim the best times of my life. And due to that, combined with the results of the second day of the meet, CBA ended up having the highest score of any Monmouth County team that year. Perhaps then the great CBA swimming tradition, one that would eventually produce Olympians, was started by one Colt. After CBA, I went on to Notre Dame, where I was on the varsity swimming team for 4 years, graduating with a few varsity records to my name. I was even elected captain of the Notre Dame swim team my senior year. I have swum in many college swim meets and in nationals. I have been in pools around the country and around the world. And somewhere in my parents' house, I think there are still boxes of medals and trophies from all those meets. But my favorite memory of a life in sport was that night when my CBA classmates cheered me on with their "Let's Go Colt" banner. I never knew you could swim a fast race when you were smiling from ear to ear under the water. So, this is a thank you to those boys of long ago, and here's to you, CBA. I am deeply honored to have been selected for this award, and I'm honored to call myself a Christian Brothers Academy graduate. So thank you, and remember, let's go Colt.